Good morning, friends. In today's lecture, we will discuss about the algebraic structure group. Till now, we have discussed about what is a binary operation, what are the different properties of the binary operation, what is an algebraic structure. We discussed about the two algebraic structure, that one is semigroup and one is monoid. So in today's lecture, we will see what is a group. An algebraic structure G star is said to be a group if it satisfies these four properties. The four properties are: number one, star is closed under G, then star is associative, G has an identity element, and every element in G has an inverse in G. So if we see, these two properties are similar with semigroup. And if we add third one, it becomes monoid. So from here we can conclude that if an algebraic structure is a group, then it is obvious that that algebraic structure must be a semigroup as well as a monoid. And if along with these four properties G comma star satisfy one another property, that is fifth property, that is star is commutative, then with this group G will become a abelian group. And we know that what is a commutative property? Commutative property is A star B is equal to B star A for all A comma B belongs to G. Now we will take few examples to understand what is a group. So let's begin with few examples. So let us take these algebraic structures. Set of integer with usual addition, set of integers with multiplication, set of real numbers with multiplication. Now let us take set of real numbers with the operation star. Here this star is A star B is equal to mod of A minus B. Now let us see about these algebraic structure, whether these are group or not. So what we will do, we first check whether it is a semigroup, then for monoid, and then finally we will see whether it is a group or not. So if we talk about the first algebraic structure, that is Z plus, this Z plus, we know that the usual addition is closed under the set of integers. The sum of two integers is again an integer. First thing. Second thing, we know the addition is associative in nature. So yes, it is a semigroup. Now if we talk about monoid, for monoid we have to check the identity element of Z. So to obtain the identity element, we know that A plus E should be equal to A is equal to A plus E. Then this E will become an identity element. So if we solve this equation, we will get E is equal to 0 and this E equal to 0 also belongs to Z. So yes, this first algebraic structure is a monoid also. This algebraic structure is monoid also, and with identity element is equal to 0. So yes, it is monoid. Now let us check whether it is a group or not. To check for group, we have to see whether the every element of G has an inverse element or not. So we know that the identity element is 0. So if A is an element, then B is the inverse of that element if A plus B is equal to 0 or it is equal to 0 plus BA. So from here we can find it that B is equal to minus A, and since A is an integer, so negative of an integer is again integer. So it is clear that the inverse of A is minus A. So in the case of Z plus, the inverse of every element exists. Here the identity element is 0 and the inverse of A is minus A. So yes, it is a group. Moreover, we know that in the case of integers, A plus B is equal to B plus A. So this Z plus is a abelian group. This is a group obviously, and also it is an abelian group because this commutative property holds. Now let us come to the Z dot. So here dot is the usual multiplication. So again it is semi-group, very clear. The reason being multiplication is closed under set of integers. First thing, multiplication is associative in nature also. Now if we talk about the identity element, so for the identity element we have to solve the equation. This equation, here this dot is usual multiplication. So if we solve this equation, we will find e is equal to 1, and we know that 1 belongs to a set of integers. So the identity element exists. So it means this algebraic structure is monoid also. Now let us see whether the inverse of every element exists or not. If it exists, then this Z dot will become a group. So to find the inverse of every element, now let us take an element A and we suppose that B is the inverse of A and this AB is equal to 1. So what does it implies? It implies B should be equal to 1 by A, और A तो integer है, तो 1 by A भी क्या होगा हमारे पास? It is not integer. So 1 by A does not belongs to Z. So what does it implies? It implies the inverse of the elements of Z does not exist. So it means it is not a group. It is semi-group, it is a monoid, but it is not a group. Now let us talk about R dot. Again, usual multiplication is closed under a set of real numbers, first thing. The second thing is it is associative in nature. So yes, it is a semi-group. The second thing, monoid. If we talk about monoid, so again the concept is same. A is equal to A is equal to A. So it is A is equal to E is equal to 1. So it means identity element exists and this identity element will be equal to 1. So here is also the identity element exists. So it is a monoid. Now let us find the inverse. Say A is the element and the inverse of A is B. So to find it, we have to solve this equation. AB is equal to 1 is equal to BA. From clearly here, B is equal to 1 by A. Since A is a real number, so 1 by A will also be a real number. Is it true or false? No. If A is equal to 0, then this 1 by A does not exist. So the inverse of every element in R does not exist. There is an element 0 whose inverse does not exist. So this R dot will not be a group. This will become a group if the inverse of every element exists. In this case, what is the problem? If we take A is equal to 0, then the 1 by 0 is undefined number. So it means the inverse of 0 does not exist. So it is not a group, reason being inverse of 0 does not exist. Now let us change this set of real numbers. Now let us take it R star, and this R star is set of real numbers minus 0. So we have taken all the real numbers except one real number, that is 0. So again it will become a semi-group, it will become a monoid with identity element equal to 1. Now in this particular case, if we take R star, then yes, the inverse of every element exists and it is the multiplicative inverse of that element. So the inverse of A is 1 by A. So the inverse of A is 1 by A. So R is not a group, but R star, if we take R minus 0, it will become a group. Moreover, it is a abelian group again because we know that A into B is equal to BA. Now let us see this algebraic structure. We have already discussed this particular algebraic structure. We know that this star is closed, but star is not associative. If star is not associative, it is not a semi-group, it is not a monoid, as well as it is not a group. Now let us take few more examples. Now let us talk about the matrices. Now let us talk about matrices. Now let us take the set M n cross n with plus. This M n cross m is the set of all matrices of order n cross n. And we have already discussed that it is semi-group because we know that if we add the two matrices of n cross m order, we'll again get a matrix of order n cross m. So the matrix addition is closed under this set. Second thing, we know that the matrix addition is associative in nature, so it will become a semi-group. Similarly, we talk about the monoids and we discussed that O n cross m, the null matrix of order n cross m, will become the identity of this particular matrix with respect to the matrix addition. So this is a monoid also. And to prove it whether it is a group or not, we have to find the inverse of every element. So let's take a matrix A which belongs to the set of Mn cross m. Now its inverse is B if A plus B is equal to 0 is equal to B plus A, and we know that from here B is equal to minus A. And in this whole case we are assuming that this matrix has the entities as real numbers. All the entries of this matrix are real numbers. Similarly, if we take another set of matrix Mn, so all the square matrices of order n with dot, here dot is matrix multiplication, then again it is a semi-group. Reason being, we know that the matrix multiplications in the case of square matrices are closed, because if we take any two matrices of order n cross n, we multiply it, we again find a matrix of order n cross n. First thing. Second thing, we know that matrix multiplication, if exists, it is associative in nature. So it is semi-group. So in the case of monoid, we have to talk about the identity element, and if we take identity matrix of order n cross n, then we know that AI is equal to A is equal to IA. So naturally, identity matrix of n cross n order, this is the identity of this set. Now let us see whether this algebraic structure is a group or not. So till now we have seen that it is semi-group, it is a monoid, and the identity matrix of the order n cross n is the unity of this particular matrix. Now, identity of this matrix. So now let us see whether this is a group or not. To check whether it is a group or not, what we have to do, we have to check whether the inverse of every element exists or not. So in this particular case, now let us suppose we have taken a matrix n cross n from M of n, and if determinant of A is 0, then we cannot find the inverse of this matrix. Because to find the inverse, what we have to do? A into B should be equal to I, and from here B should comes to be A inverse. That's a multiplicative inverse of A. So, and it exists only if A is a non-singular matrix. So in this case, it is singular matrix. So what we have to do? So in this present case, it is not a group. But if we say this is a set of all square matrices which are non-singulars, in this case, what will happen? This algebraic structure will become a group. So we have seen that the set of matrices, set of square matrices under the matrix multiplication is not a group. But if we add one condition that these set of matrices are the square matrix of non-singular matrices, then this particular algebraic structure will become a group. Now let us discuss about two more algebraic structure and we'll see whether they are group or not. So these are integer and modulus. So what we are doing here, first of all, now let us consider Z4 plus, and at this plus sign I am putting this round also. So we know that this is a algebraic structure in which A plus B is equal to mod of A plus B, comma, in this particular case 4, because here n is equal to 4. And we can plot the composite table of this particular algebraic structure like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, only up to 3, 0, 1, 2, 3 plus. So first we can get the same row. Now it is 1, 2, it is 3, 1 plus 3, 4, 4 with 4 is remainder is 0, then 2, 3, 2 plus 2, 4, again remainder 0, 2 plus 3, 5, remainder is 1, 3 plus 0, 3, 3 plus 1, 4, remainder will be 0, 3 plus 2, 5, remainder will be 1, 3 plus 3, 6, remainder will be 2. Now this will be the composite table, and as we have already discussed, with the help of this composite table we can check lot of things. Number one, this in this particular algebraic structure this plus is closed, because in this matrix we are getting only 0, 1, 2, 3 elements, which are the elements of Z4. First thing. The second thing, first row is just identical with the header row. It means 0 is the identity element. So it means 0 is the identity element. So, and naturally this is associative also. So first thing we find that this particular is a semigroup as well as monoid. Now let us check whether it is a group or not. For group we have to check the inverse of every element. So 0 is the identity element, and identity element is the inverse of itself. So 0 has its inverse as 0. Now if we go for 1, then here is the identity element 0. So the inverse of 1 is 3. So inverse of 1 is 3. In the case of 2, here it is 0. So inverse of 2 is 2. In case of 3, 0 is here. So inverse of 3 is 1. So here we seen that the inverse of every element exists. So it means this particular algebraic structure is a group. Moreover, we can see this matrix is a symmetric matrix. So again, by the composite table we can say that this plus operator is a commutative in nature. So this Z4 with this modulus plus sign is a abelian group. And we can generalize the things also. Zn plus is a abelian group. So now let us take another example of Z4 with multiplication. So if we talk about with multiplication, what will be the composite table? The composite table will become 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Now, when it multiplied by 0, it is 0, 0, 0, 0. When it will be multiplied by 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Then with 2, it is 0, 2, 4, 4 at the place of 4 we will get 0, 6, and for 6 we will get the remainder 2. Similarly here 3, 0, 3 into 1, 3, 3 into 6, 2, 3 into 3, 9, 9 remainder will be. Now if we see this particular composite table, we have certain observation. The first observation is that this is closed. This operation multiplication, modulus of multiplication is closed, no doubt. Because 0, 1, 2, 3 the only element in this composite matrix. So this sign is a closed with respect to Z4. Second thing, here also the identity element exists. That identity element is 1 because this second row is just identical with the header row, and associativity we can also check. So one thing is clear, this Z4 with multiplication sign is a semi-group as well as monoid. But when we talk about groups, this is not a group. The first thing, the inverse of 0 does not exist. The first important thing. The second thing, the inverse of 2 also does not exist. Inverse of 2 also does not exist. So now let us try to make this particular Z4 as a group. What changes when we can do so that this becomes group? The first thing, with respect to this 0, all entities are 0. So now let us define another set U4. Now this set U4 is Z4 minus 0. All other things are same. We have just removed 0 from Z4. So what are the changes will become? Now this row will be deleted and this column also will be deleted, and we are left with this matrix. Now still, here is also a problem that the inverse of 2 does not exist. Inverse of 2 does not exist. Now here we have one observation. This number 4 is co-prime with 1. The two numbers A and B are co-prime. कब co-prime होगा? When their common factor is equal to 1 only. When they have just 1 as a common factor. Moreover, this 4 is also co-prime with 3. Their common factor is equal to 1 only. So, and if, now let us try to define another group UN. Now let us say it is unit set. The operation is same. And if we take this n as prime, if we take this n as prime number, then what will happen? This n will be, if I type 1, 2, 3, this will be up to n minus 1. And if this n is prime, what will happen? This n will become co-prime with all of these elements. And it means, what will happen? Every element will have an inverse. So let us take an example to understand this. Now let us take U7 with multiplication, modulus multiplication. Now what is this U7? U7 is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And note that this 7 is a prime number. So what will happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here is the multiplication sign. So let us make this composite table. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When we multiply 2, it will be 2, 4, 6. Now 2 into 4, 8. And when we take the remainder with 7, it will become 1. 2 into 5, 10. 3. 2 into 6, 12. In the case of 12, it will become 5. 2 into 7, 14. And with respect to 14, so the remainder will become, oh sorry, it's not 6, it's up to 6 only. So it has 6, so it has 6 only. So 2 into 6, 12. 12 with respect to 7, it will become 5. So with respect to 3, 6, 9 means 2, 12, 12 means 5, 15, 15 means 1, 18, 18 means 7 to the 14, 14 and 4, 4. Now with 4, 4, 8, 1, 12, 5, 16 means 2, 20 means 20 divided by 7, 7 to the fourth, it will be 6. 24, 24 means 3, then 5, 10 means 3, 15 means 1, 20 means 6, 25, 25 divided by 7, 7 3 21, 4, 30, 30 means 7 3 is 21, 7 4 is 28, 2, in the case of 6, it will be 6, 6 into 2 12, 12 means 5, 6 into 3 18, 18 means 4, 6 into 4 24, 24 means 3, 6 into 5 30, 30 means 7 for the 28, 2, and 6 into 6 36, so it will become 1. So first thing what we can see here, this is closed because all elements are 1 2 3 4 5 6. First thing, it is clear. Second thing, this first row is just similar to the header row. So what will happen? This one will become a identity element. Second thing, important thing, if we talk about the inverse of the element. So now let us mark 1 everywhere in the every row. So you can see there is 1 in every row. So the inverse of 2 is 4, the inverse of 3 is 5, inverse of 4 is 2, inverse of 5 is 3, inverse of 6 is 6. So it will become a group. Moreover, again, if you see carefully, this matrix is again a symmetric matrix. So what will happen? It will become a abelian group. So there is one result, important result, by which we say that this become a group. That result is that theorem is, let un is equal to 1 2 3 up to n minus 1, and this n is a prime number. Then un with multiplication sign is an abelian group. Here A with modulus n multiplication is the mod of AB comma n. So the proof of this theorem is not required as far as we talk about the discrete mathematics for the discrete mathematics students, but this result is really important, that this particular group will, this particular algebraic structure U1, this algebraic structure will become a group only if n is a prime number. So thank you, it's all for today's lecture.